Welcome to the ring with Arena Australis. My name's Fish on a Hitter, and the man next to me is Dr. Trotter. This is a series where we take an Australian PvP battler and we get them to pick a meta, take on a challenger in a best of 5 set using that meta, and whoever wins that best of 5 set will stay on as the new champion for next week. Dr. Trotter, how are you, and who are our competitors today?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks, Vish. I'm really loving the lead up to Christmas so far. Although it'll be after Christmas by the time everyone watches this.
Actually, this is
Anyway,
going up exactly on Christmas Day. Should have mentioned that. This is the Christmas edition.
jingle bells, jingle all the way. So we have Not Really Newman, who is obviously our champion from the last couple of weeks. Has been playing some really nice battles, and he's up against the. Actually, I was going to say the Thrillful of Manila, but Manila's not in Spain. It's definitely a different place. Uh, uh, Arena Australis, not an exile, but a I don't know, refugee, export. That's it. He's an export from AA, Gengineer 6, living over in Spain, formerly from Brisbane when he joined Arena Australis. Finally gets his shot at the ring. He's been dying for this. Is he going to take it with both hands? What's going to happen?
Yeah, something like 27 episodes of The Ring. He has put his name down for every single one, and he has not been picked. Finally, his name has been spun up. We actually had to change, slightly adjust the selection system to give newer players a bit more chance to be selected, and it worked. J Engineer has finally got his chance, and I have a feeling that this man is going to make every possible opportunity, take every possible opportunity he gets. He is a very successful battler, something like number 8 in Spain last time I checked, and Spain has some top level battlers. Spain has one of the only 6 people in the world that went Legends tier last season, and J Engineer is among that group. So, not the When Legend, he's just at that level. Anyway, so they will be taking each other on in the Origin Cup meta. This is a meta that the Silver Arena kind of released as a fan's choice meta that people could vote on to run during the off season between season 2 and 3. And the deal with this meta is that you can only use Pokemon that were obtainable in the main series games anytime from the start up until the first gym. So if you're playing red or blue version, you could go Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander, and obviously their evolutions, and then anything you could get all the way up to Viridian City.
Right, so it's not just Pidgeys and Weedles. The evolutions are allowed.
Yep.
So it's actually quite a surprisingly broad group of Pokemon.
Yeah.
That you're able to choose here. And not all, I'm assuming not all Gen 1 Pokemon will be picked. There'll be stuff from all over the show.
Yeah, because especially in the later the gen, the more just random stuff there seems to be in that meta. I'll show you what I mean. Here are the teams. So at the moment we got not Randy Newman has picked the Swampert, which is a natural pick. Venusaur's a pretty natural pick as well. Golbat, we all knew that was going to be picked. But then you've got Magnezone, Hypno, and Vigoroth. J Engineer has gone the Shadow Hypno. We did allow Shadows and Megas for this one if they wanted to pick it. Drifblim is a surprising pick from this meta. Swampert, Vigoroth again, and Noctowl and Alolan Raichu. I did have to check just to make sure that Alolan Raichu kind of fit the theme and was eligible. It is. We will not be having any scandals now. We don't have Raichu Gate happening. It is all kosher. Good to go.
All right, so yeah, looking at the teams, I really like that Drifloon pick from J Engineer. I think it causes a fair few problems for Not Randy Newman's team. Obviously, with the exception of that Magnezone being a big ooey there.
The technical term.
Yeah, and I think it really it just performs well, right, against Magnezone and Swampert are the only things it really has to watch out for.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even against Swampert, that's a very close battle, isn't it? So it's going to take at least 2 Hydro Cannons to take out a Drifblim. Whereas, the baiting game
it'll
can
survive.
really help.
Yeah, the baiting game is what happens. So it survives 2 Hydro Cannons if it's
If it
been
gets Icy
debuffed a
Wind.
bunch of times. Yeah. So I mean, it is a bait game, but I think generally baits with holding, it's Swampert's match to win. I'd say there.
But the interesting thing about Drifloon or any Pokemon that has Icy Wind as its bait move is that it still does a bunch of damage. So there are plenty of matchups that it can win just with Icy Wind alone, like the Venusaur, the Golbat. It just needs to go Icy Wind for those ones.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, even in that Vigoroth, oh, well, Vigoroth's a whole. Oh, sorry, obviously, you don't want to throw Shadow Balls at it, but yeah, it is a massive, just like hard counter. It's like Bastiodon versus Altaria, right? It's just a hard counter. You can do.
Yeah, absolutely. Next question: who wins the matchup between Shadow Hypno and regular Hypno?
Yeah, so we did have a little look at that, and I've never seen this before where the Shadow Hypno with the extra health but the defense drop, sorry, the extra attack and defense drop versus the normal Hypno, it cancels out. They still do exactly the same damage, but charge moves and fast moves. It's like dead even. You may as well use the same, like, it makes no difference in that matchup.
Yeah, that's really interesting. The extra attack of that Shadow Hypno, I think, will come in real handy against the Venusaur and the Golbat on Randy's side. But yeah, other than that, it's kind of coming up even there.
Yeah, sorry. Even with that Vigoroth, right, resisting the counters, that extra confusion damage could be really quite helpful.
And final question before we get into the battles: Alolan Raichu moveset.
Yeah, I mean, I just looking at the teams, yeah, I'm gonna go Wild Charge over the Thunder Punch personally, and then I'm assuming you're probably looking at some sort of coverage move, and it's just deciding if you want coverage for Venusaur and Swampert. So Grass Knot versus Psychic. I'm leaning towards Grass Knot, and what about you, Fish? Are you liking Grass Knot, or are you feeling Psychic?
Yeah. Oh, I do like Psychic to give it something to hit Venusaur with. It can still hit Swampert really hard. Obviously, it's not going to one-hit KO like the Grass Knot would, but at least you don't get hard-walled by that Venusaur situation. Obviously, it depends on what else you've got in your team, though, because obviously the Noctowl, the Drifblim, the Hypno still do a good job against Venusaur. So maybe you're willing to give up that extra ability to hit it with your Raichu, so that you can get that extra KO potential on Swampert.
Yeah, I mean, both pluses and minuses, and it just really depends how Gingineer is going to use it in his lineup as well. Like, what does he want coverage with? You know, he doesn't really need that Venusaur coverage if he's running it with Noctowl and Drifloon, but if he's running it in a totally different line, like with Swampert and maybe Vigoroth, then definitely needs that Psychic, right?
Yeah, you're right. So we are going to get into the battles. One more thing that I've got to cover before we start that first battle. His name's Josh, and he's an engineer. J Engineer. It's not Gengineer.
I'm going to call him Engineer no matter what.
You're wrong. It's not
That's
Gengineer.
fine.
It's alright, so let's go into battle number one. This is not Randy Newman, the champ, going to attempting to get his third win against J Engineer. And it is a fantastic start for the champ. The Magnezone coming out strong. J Engineer not swapping out yet. That Wild Charge comes in. J Engineer, is he gonna shield this, or is he just gonna let that Noctowl go? He is just letting that Noctowl go. He must have been expecting that bait, and he was incorrect, Trotter.
Yeah, 100% correct. Oh, we can't see the charge moves. Damn it, I can't see the charge moves on the J side. The Hypno moveset's always such a big one. I'm assuming if he's coming, oh, he gets the mirror shot bait. There's the bait. Oh, there we go. 5-punch, Thunder Punch. Wow, going the double punch route, and does not get this move in time, and it is a Wild Charge. This will do a lot of damage. Oh, burning both shields. My golly goodness. And then just happy to let it go here.
There is no way that won't KO. It's been double debuffed for its defense.
Yeah, and what's coming out? It's got to be that. Oh, Swampert. Swampert is seeing 5-punch, and Oh, this is bad for J Engineer Fish.
Has
any way back?
Has Randy seen the Thunder Punch yet?
No.
No. So yeah, it still could have Shadow Ball. But now look at this. This is a good situation for the Drifblim. Now the not Randy Newman's Hypno does have the Ice Punch, which is very handy. So that Ice Punch is going to deal super effective damage, and if it does manage to get through a Shadow Ball, that will do just a ton of damage. It will definitely KO from this range. And here it is. There is that Shadow Ball. He manages to get there, and this, even debuffed, it should KO. No! It stays alive! Did you expect that, Dr. Trotter?
Definitely didn't expect that, but doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. There's just too much HP here. It doesn't even use that shield. Not Randy Newman must be much better at me than at counting. And taking that out, and I mean, look, this Hypno, there's so little HP here. He's got a shield, and they just throw his own Ice Punch to take it out. No shield!
Oh, what a baller! What a flex!
Yeah, actually, I mean, I don't think it matters, but he really might be just trying to bait out and see that second move there from Not Randy Newman.
Yeah, but
I mean, he could have thrown everything straight away, so...
You still really shield, though. You've still got a shield there.
Yeah, I mean, he had a Swampert with a Hydro Cat in the back, so... Potentially then, if he dies, then he gets a chance to see it anyway. Doesn't matter, it's non-mature here.
So, what did we see in that battle, and how would J Engineer adjust in that second battle?
I really see J Engineer going, oh, okay, I ran Drifbloom and Noctowl, and I didn't have a Magnezone counter. So I'm thinking if he's running that, you're going to see a Swampert or a Vigoroth coming through here from J Engineer.
Yeah, right. And yeah, I do need to mention that production side of things here. I just have the videos automatically set to a certain ratio, whatever you call it, aspect ratio, and just to make things quicker to get out, because I'm doing this for free. This is all happening in my spare time. So sometimes things like that do happen where the moves have been cut off. Apologies for that. I think we can turn that into an extra bit of excitement and intrigue, so we won't know what some of J Engineer's moves are initially, and it'll be a nice surprise for us. Let's get into battle number 2. And we have the Hypno off. We have the Shadow versus the regular Hypno, and thanks to our expert analysis from Dr. Trotter, we have no clue. No, I was gonna say we have no clue who wins this one, but the regular Hypno's got the Shadow Ball. The Shadow Hypno does not. The other thing, though, to note is that Not Randy Newman doesn't know this, and now J Engineer guesses correctly, gets that Shadow Ball shielded, and now we've got 2 Fire Punches built up. So that Hypno built up. What is that? Like 7 confusions for that?
Yeah, I think 7 or 8. It's so hard to see here. Oh, and a switch out into the Noctowl. And did he hit? Oh no, he didn't.
No, he got the Ice Punch.
He's got the Ice Punch. So this is not going to do as much as you'd expect to a Noctowl, right? He's so bulky, and choosing to stay in and to try and take out this Noctowl. Oh, Noctowl just getting to that Sky Attack first. Is this going to force the second shield from Not Randy Newman? It does. And who wins to the next charge move, Fish? Does Noctowl get there?
Well, it's 7 wing attacks to a Sky Attack. It is just 4 confusions to an Ice Punch. That's what, 16 turns versus 14. I think the wing attack gets there, but no, confusion wins. That's the result here. So now this Hypno has a bunch of energy. J Engineer does have a shield left, though. Out comes Alolan Raichu. Now we are going to have fun finding out what that moveset is. Going for the bait. That is a bold move. He might not get to... well, I don't think he will get to a Shadow Ball from there. So his best hope is to get to an Ice Punch. and does manage to get it out because J Engineer just farming up like crazy, knows that Shadow Ball wasn't going to come out, so was happy to farm up a little bit more, and we have seen that he's gone the double electric moveset. He's got Thunder Punch and Wild Charge. Now with shields down, this is going to make a huge difference, except Venusaur. That's he would have liked Psychic for that one. Hey, that Wild Charge is going to hurt, but it's going to survive.
Yeah, it is, and the double electric moveset is... Oh, he gets the Fire Punch. He sneaks it in. This will KO Venusaur, and Swampert is going to be left in the back to have to do a fair bit of work. It needs to get to 2 Hydro Cannons, one to finish off the Hypno, and then one to finish off that Raichu. But this is where I say that Raichu wants the Grass Knot.
Yeah. So that Raichu has none of the movesets that we wanted to have. So this Swampert does have the ability to build up a fair bit of extra energy. But that Wild Charge, even though it's resisted on the Swampert, it will still hurt, especially at this range. I think even now at this range, a Thunder Punch is going to be enough. So really, Randy has to fire that thing now. So he's built up to the 2 Hydro Cannons. He's going to try and fire that other Hydro Cannon straight away as soon as the Raichu comes back out. But I think the Raichu is going to win CMP. And it does. That is big. J-Engineer pulling it out right at the last second. Very interesting kind of arcing finger motion there. And J-Engineer takes out battle number 2.
Wow, I think Not Ready Newman really needed to not take that Fire Punch from Hypno to sort of keep its HP up enough that it might come close to surviving the Wild Charge.
Well, I think the Wild Charge still would have done it.
Yeah, plus the confusion damage as well, though. So you got to think that factors into it over the course of the battle. If he throws that Hydro Pump straight away, probably enough to take it out. It'll be close either way.
It definitely is. And we got to factor because if he does throw it straight away, then he's also got to spend time getting to the next Hydro Cannon, so Volt Switches are going to add up a little bit of damage as well. Obviously not going to do as much as the Confusion, but it's, this is such an edge case here that I think the Volt Switch might also make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, the Confusion's from a Shadow Hypno doing 15 damage to a Swampert. It's hard to know.
I'm talking about like the Wild Charge, even if it does leave just a little bit of HP on the Swampert left. Like, it's going to get through another Volt Switch, which would probably tip it over.
Yeah, Wild Charge does 54%.
Oh, well, if we're looking it up, we've got the PV Pokesims here.
Yeah, 45.9% HP to the Swampert. It is more than you'd expect.
The Wild Charge does 45%.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So, just a single resistance. Yeah. All right,
They nerfed Hydro Pump, Hydro Cannon. Wild Charge.
All right, let's go battle number 3. It is 1-1 at the moment, and it's the Vic versus the Venusaur. Now, this is a bit of an interesting one because those body slams are going to really add up. So, J-Engineer bringing out that Hypno. Remind me, have we seen the Thunder Punch yet?
I think we have not.
I still think, he's still keeping that hidden. So that is really interesting work there from J-Engineer. And he can still just throw the Fire Punches here because both are going to be equally resisted on the Swampert. Now, J-Engineer is going for that shield, so thinks that he can flip this matchup by throwing, say, a Fire Punch and a Confusion and then getting to another Fire Punch. Or I don't think he had enough for 2 Fire Punches just back to back. I think one more Fire Punch and a Confusion is going to be enough. Oh, no, going straight for the farm down. Does the Hydro Cannon get off? The Hydro Cannon does get there. So he's going to have to either give up on that Hypno and its energy or use that shield, and opts to use the shield, Dr. Trotter.
Yeah, definitely the right move to use that shield. Like, a ton of energy there wasted, and potentially the option to get to a second charge move as well. Out, and he's praying for shields. He's still holding on to that Thunder Punch, not willing to give it up. And a no shield from Not Ready Newman. I feel like Not Ready Newman's like, okay, something's up. This is sus.
He's cottoned on. He's cottoned on.
Oh, and the swap out. And this is not good for Vigoroth because with shields, Venusaur wins this one hands down in a close sort of energy and shielding scenario. It's very even. And Does this KO? I don't think this quite takes it out.
I
It'll come
think it does.
super close.
It does. And you notice that Randy also countered those Vine Whips very nicely so that he fired it just before the Vigoroth got to another Body Slam. So that will, potentially enable it to get to another charge move. Obviously, that's not going to happen here. Randy is just going to let this thing go. That Fire Punch energy being put to good use. And now here comes the other Hypno. Ice Punch is going to be enough, and no shields as well. Just going for the farm down. Just the confidence on Randy here. And now I'm going to fire that energy at that last Pokemon, which is going to be a one-shot Alolan Raichu. May you rest in peace.
Yeah, really nice adjustment here from not Randy Newman.
Oh.
Wow, it survived! My goodness.
Doesn't matter. Gets the win.
Yeah, that Venusaur really coming in clutch there. I guess Engineer trying to use that Vigoroth as the safe swap, but as a safe lead, but just Venusaur being an absolute catch there, which is a ballsy lead considering Hypno, Drifloon, and Noctowl are on the opposing Engineer's team.
Well, it's one of those kind of 50-50 situations because, yes, he's got the Drifblim, Noctowl, and Hypno, but he's also got Swampert, Vigoroth, and Raichu, which he now knows has electric moves.
Have we seen? I don't think we've seen the Thunder Punch. We've just seen Wild Charge.
But he threw a Wild Charge at the Swampert with shields down.
Yeah, that's a fairly telling sign, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So 2-1 to not Randy Newman on the brink of getting his third win in the ring. J Engineer, what does he have to do now? We haven't seen them. We did see the Magnezone from not Randy Newman in battle number 1. Didn't bring it in battles 2 and 3, and that's when J Engineer brought the Vig, wasn't it? Both of those.
Yeah. I'd like to see J Engineer pair the Vigoroth with the Drifbloom. I think they just cover everything fairly nicely. The big problem I think is kind of that Swampert, which is that Shadow Hypno's been doing a pretty good job on the Swampert. Sorry, not really Newman Swampert is a slight problem for J Engineer. Not huge, but he doesn't have a hard counter like Randy has in the Venusaur, so it'll be interesting to see if they can line things. They need to line things up in a nice way because they're both very good battlers at bringing coverage for their Pokemon that they lead.
Yeah, with the lack of Shadow Ball on the Shadow Hypno, that could have been one thing that he could have brought in against Randy Swampert. So really, I think the best counter it's got, that J Engineer's got, is the Drifblim. I don't think he has anything better than that at the moment.
Yeah, I just think that confusion damage is what's doing the job on the Swampert, so...
Alright, let's go. Battle number 4. Randy going for win number 3 in the ring. We have great lead for J Engineer. So Randy's just getting straight out of there. Brings out the Hypno, and this is a pretty good situation for J Engineer because he does charge that Shadow Ball faster. And going straight for it, let's see if Randy takes the shield. He does, so good pick for Randy, and now he's going to try and fire the Ice Punch. Now this is a good situation for Randy because even the bait move does do really nice damage, being super effective. So J Engineer just has to land one of these Shadow Balls here. I think he has to just go straight for it, not bother trying to play the baiting game. He knows he's not going to survive for very much longer, so just has to get out as much energy, unleash as much damage as possible.
Yeah, and I see him not shielding this Ice Punch and letting it go. So keep a shield in the back to take out.
Oh, no.
It all does. Wow, it's going to be a race. Surely the next Ice Punch plus Confusion is going to be enough for not Randy to take down.
Can he do it? Oh, just goes the Ice Punch.
Really, really nice play here from not Randy Newman. I'm just flipping that lead now. And if he's got something else... Oh, and he's got Swampert, so this is not good for not Randy Newman's Magnezone, no matter what happens here.
Okay, so
and
he's gonna fire that Hydro Cannon. That's gonna get the KO, and now he with shields down, that Hydro Cannon's gonna do a lot of work. Obviously, Randy does have the Venusaur. He's just gonna hope that Venusaur doesn't come out. That if he doesn't see a Venusaur, then he's looking pretty good. Sees the opposing Swampert, so now that J-Engineer's Swampert is not quite long enough to KO it with one single Hydro Cannon, so it will need a second Hydro Cannon to do the job. And Randy fires that first one. This is going to take it probably into the red, I would say, or very close to.
Yeah, very, very close to the red.
Oh, yeah, easily into the red.
Into the red. This is in
farm. Oh, and look at the catch! Wonderful work there. So that Magnezone is being... Unfortunately for Randy, that Hydro Cannon is not going to KO, so that Vigoroth can just come straight out and do a bit of farming. But maybe, just maybe it can get to a Wild Charge. No, does not get there. And Randy is just going for that Mirror Shot. And this is going to look like... This is looking pretty bad for Randy right now, I think.
Yeah, this body slam's enough to KO from here. Throw the body slam.
Oh wow, the Hydro Cannon gets through. Oh no, did J-Engineer just blow his chances? The Hydro Cannon takes out the Vig. Oh, it gets off the body slam. What even? Oh, that was insane. J-Engineer, the miscalculation there almost costing him the battle. But the barest of margins saved him, and he managed to get that body slam off to finish off the battle.
Oh, look, I'm stunned. One, that J-Engineer didn't throw that straight away and win the match. Two, that Hydro Cannon didn't KO at that point. Just, wow. I mean, I'm speechless. Like, in the end, I think the person who deserved to win that battle won the battle. But then also on the flip side, the fact that J-Engineer didn't throw it, he didn't deserve to win.
Right. So we are in the ring first. We're going to award both challenges with a loss.
Yeah, challenge. Yeah. I'll throw the red flag. You know, the NFL, what they do.
Okay, now what do we need to see from both competitors? Obviously, that Magnezone, the J-Engineer finally got what he wanted, getting that Vigoroth to be caught in the lead against the Magnezone, which was great for him. You still going to try and bring the Magnezone if you're Randy?
Maybe. I mean, you just have to be wary that Vigoroth's there, and what you got to be prepared to counter it, you know. Yeah, it is a little bit of that RPS sort of situation.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna try from Randy? Are you gonna try leading the Swampert because you know it's gonna be in a good situation, or are you gonna try and save it for kind of the end game situation when opponents are down shields?
I would lead it purely from the fact that even if you use it as a swap in, like if you have to use it as a safe swap, the opponent's going to have more energy, and you know sometimes it's only 1 or 2 turns of energy is enough to make a safe swap not so safe anymore.
Okay, so then you are leading your Swampert. What are you using as your safe switch? Maybe a Magnezone? Because with the energy lead, it can really pressure that Vig. It'll get to a Wild Charge, absolutely, before that counter can do it.
Yeah. I think we just saw Hypno isn't the worst in that safe swap scenario for not Randy Newman.
That's a good point.
If J-Engineer goes for the straight Shadow Balls and you're prepared to go to the 2 shield, Hypno's got some nice play across the board there. So
yeah, and like you said, that confusion does work. So say if J-Engineer counter swap to the Swampert, that confusion with shields up is gonna do some work.
Yeah, and he can't counter swap to his Shadow Hypno because he doesn't have Shadow Ball.
Alright, let's find out what the decisions were. Let's go. Battle number 5. And we do have the Swampert lead, and it is a fantastic catch. J-Engineer already gonna start in a bad position and just firing off those Volt Switches, not bothering to switch out or try and catch a move. It does get the Thunder Punch off first, maybe... Oh, look at that! Getting the shield! So not Randy Newman has been duped, thinking that he does have that grass knot, that he did have it all along. Now, Randy has built up to about 600 energy and is going to fire some of that. That Hydro Cannon will KO. J-Engineer is sticking around with the Raichu. Surely he can't get another shield from this thing. Randy is just... He hit the no thank you straight away. I don't need any shields. He's seen both those moves now. That Wild Charge doing a heap of damage, but this Hydro Cannon is just going to finish the job.
Yeah, it's going to take him out. Surely you can't shield this. You know he's going to have that second Hydro Cannon ready there, and you let it go, and he needs to KO this quickly, but nothing here is going to take it out before a Hydro Cannon comes in. So... This
is actually... Sorry, I'm going to interrupt. This is very unfortunate for J-Engineer because he doesn't know that Randy has his Venusaur in the back. So once this Swampert goes down, that Venusaur is going to come out. And now it's just going to be a keep your hard counter out situation.
Oh, and he gets there. He gets there with the Hydro Cannon. So you have to shield this or you're gone, right?
Yep.
So shield this farm down. And do we have Sludge Wave on this Swampert? I cannot see. I'm gonna switch straight into the Drift Bloom and counter swap into the Hypno.
Okay, Randy's got the shield left. This is gonna hurt. Shadow Ball's gonna do the job.
He is going for the bait though.
So does he get to another Shadow Ball? Does he get to the Shadow Ball before Randy can? So say if Shadow Ball doesn't KO, does J-Engineer get to another Shadow Ball? It's gonna be a hard task.
It looked like the energy was really on J-Engineer's side here. So the debuffed Shadow Ball does take it out. And, I mean, even confused.
We do have Sludge Wave. We do have Sludge Wave on the Swampert.
Yeah, but this Hydro Cannon is not going to take this out from here.
Yeah.
And it's because it's not the Shadow. Easily survives. He's going to need to use the second one, which he doesn't get to before the Ice Punch. Going to take it out. And not Randy Newman fighting back incredibly. And takes out J-Engineer 6. Wow.
What an incredible set of battles. J-Engineer is no slouch. He is number 8 in Spain right now. He is a very accomplished battler. And not Randy Newman has held his own. That Swampert really carrying him through. The Magnezone, which we thought was going to be an excellent pick, ended up being a bit of a liability. In the end, that Swampert just hoisted him on its shoulders and carried him off to his third win in the ring.
I mean, what a lead though, to throw that Alolan Raichu against the Swampert and then to stay in.
And J-Engineer did pick up that shield from the Swampert, so really, I wouldn't have gone for that play in that situation, trying to convince him that I was about to grass knot him. So yeah, really good play there from J-Engineer, just wasn't enough to flip that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, using a shield too, once you've got a shield advantage, you might be better off just letting it go from there and keeping those two shields in the back and hoping you can get the job done. But yeah, I mean, that Swampert it's really hard for J-Engineer to sort of counter, really. There's no hard counter to it on his team. And
also, you know what I just realized? What are you really hoping to lock your double electric Raichu in against in this situation? Because there's really not much reason. There's very little reason for Randy to be bringing the Golbat. So, what else? Like, the only other thing it can really, it can hit the Hypno and the Vigoroth pretty hard, but only for like neutral damage. It's not a counter to anything.
Yeah, maybe he just wanted the bait move. Some people really like to have a bait move there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
To just manage their energy. But in the end, he used it to hide the charge move until that last round, and it just kind of didn't quite play in J-Engineer 6's favour, unfortunately, in that matchup.
Alright, so not Randy Newman, 3-time ring champion. If you want to take him on in the next episode of the ring, just go to the Arena Australis Discord server. There is a link in the description below the video. Head to the Join a Lobby channel, and click on the little circle that indicates the ring. Each week we will put a call out, just answer the call, and you could face not Randy Newman in that next episode. One more little thing, if you like the videos and you want to see them succeed and keep on going, just do us a little favor, share the video around in your local communities, your local messenger chats and your Discord servers and all that. It does a world of good in getting extra attention on the videos. We are really proud of this production and we want to see it succeed. So yeah, you can help make that happen.
Yeah, can help out. It helps a lot. This is Arena Australis. It's their YouTube channel. It's not Fish and Trotter. We're not getting paid. This is something we do for us and yeah, for PvP in Australia. So that's what we're trying to showcase here. So Merry Christmas to you and all of your families out there. Stay safe, enjoy yourselves, and hug a loved one and enjoy Christmas.